on media and English. Now it's time for science. Today I'm going to explain crude oil on a foundation level because I suck at science. But I want to get this video out to you guys, and there's been an AQA leak once again from science. The science question. Now this science question is very weird and odd, but you can answer it if you know this. Because the AQA Exam board are going for different type of questions, like English, how far do you agree with this statement? But it doesn't say how far do you agree, but it's technically how far do you agree with this statement. Now, crude oil is made over millions of years by plankton decomposing, and then you extract the oil and stuff. And it's made out of hydrocarbons, which are alkanes. The formula is CnH2n plus 2. So, for example, C4, 4 being N, and then 2 times 4 is 8, plus 2 is 10, so that's 10. And then they have names. Ethane is 2 carbon atoms. Propane is 3. Butane is 4. Pentane is 5. Long chains are pretty useless to us. They're not very flammable. So, short chains are flammable, so you want to cut them down. Now, answer these questions. I'll give you 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You can pause the video. Here are the answers. Pause to look at the answers. So, you need to cut them down into shorter chains. How do you do that? Cracking. Decomposition of hydrocarbons. Cutting them down into shorter ones. For example, hexane, 6 carbon atoms. And then you cut that down into some stuff. Pretty sure it's 2N is the usual formula. So, for example, you can crack it down. Yeah, so the hydrogen atoms are just 2 times the C's, like this. Hydrogen, and then this is the other one. So you cut them down. So what used to be C6H14, which is hexane, which you may need to know. Here's a little grid. Hexane is another one. You can see here, it's been cut down to C2H4. So 10 hydrogen atoms needed and 4 more carbon. That's what you have. This is the process of cracking. You can see this equal sign here, which I think I talked about on the other slide. No, I didn't. Yeah, this equal sign is like bonds or something, so that when they're bonded together, doubly bonded, that's what it is. They're doubly bonded. Now, alkenes are the starting material for many chemicals. So, chemicals. Sodium nitrate. That's probably a chemical somewhere. I'm not a professional scientist, but I put these slides together for you guys the other day. Now, my memory from these slides just go whoop. So now this is a recap for me as well. Ethene. Now, alkenes are very similar to alkanes. It's just rather than E, it's A. Ethane. Well, this should actually be an E, but it just, this letter changes from an A to an E. Alkenes are more reactive than alkanes, so if you get a question comparing them, ooh, alkene test. Now, what's the alkene test? I believe bromine water has turned colourless. So, that's the test. If you put, a chemical or something into bromine water and it turns colourless, then an alkene is present, okay? So remember this, bromine water. Bromine. Get that stuck in your head. Bromine water. It turns colourless. Crude oil, finite resource, finite and renewable, only a certain amount of things you can collect. Finite means there are a certain amount of things you can collect. I've done the ratio sign, and you can make more crude oil used today in items such as plastic bags. So, wait, I didn't put a full stop there. So yeah, renewable means you can make more of it, and crude oil is used today, and it's finite, so it's limited in items such as plastic bags. Here's a summary. Crude oil is created and decomposed, plankton over millions of years. It is a finite resource, meaning limited, and has been made out of hydrocarbons which use the formula CnH2n plus 2 hydrocarbons are called alkenes. Alkenes. In fact, they might be alkanes or something. Oh no, wait, no. So they are alkanes, but you can separate them into alkenes using cracking. Alkenes in bromine water turns colourless. That's everything you need to know about them. Now here's a question. A couple questions. What is the test for alkenes? Compare alkenes to alkanes. Then there's more questions here. Here are the answers, possible answers. Double bonded. Genes seen in hydrocarbons. Blah 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 blah. Right? High level answers, you know, if you want. Could do a video on that, or I might not. Now here is the special bit. I've just gone ahead and explained crude oil to you. But this is an AQA leak. I get a lot of AQA leaks, okay? I'm very high up in the world of education. A boy named Thomas says, "My name is Thomas Jerd, and I hate crude oil, because I can't digest it, and I love food. Explain this in relation to hydrocarbons." Now, a summarised answer, you know, maybe 1 mark, maybe 0 marks, maybe 2 marks. I agree with this statement, because crude oil is made of plankton remains, which are millions of years old. That doesn't explain what you mean, that just says a statement. That's 0 marks, probably. Maybe 1 mark if you're lucky. This is the answer you need. Fill in the blanks here. Crude oil is made from beep. Crude oil is a beep resource, meaning we have a beep amount of it. This is indigestible because beep. Hydrocarbons are beep, but can be turned into beep using the method of beep. They are deadly to humans because of the beep present in crude oil. Now, the answers to this are as follows. Is made from plankton over millions of years. Crude oil is a finite resource, meaning we have a limited amount of it. This is indigestible because, it contains many chemicals, probably. Don't put probably in, but you know, they probably do. Hydrocarbons are beep alkanes, but can be turned into alkenes using the method of cracking. They're deadly to humans because of the chemicals present in crude oil. A little summary sentence. There we go. See you later, probably.